You may be seated. Thank you, Mr. Chris Vale, and our amazing band for that exceptional performance. Good afternoon. My name is Jake Brunet, and I have the honor to serve as the student body president for the 2017-2018 school year. I would like to begin by welcoming and thanking all district and state officials, teachers and administration of Sunrise Mountain, family, and friends for attending this ceremony. Well, class, we made it. We survived the first high school class, first football game, and perhaps the first time we faced temptation or trial. We fought together, cried together, smiled together, and at the end of the day, stuck together. It was once said, it is better to aim high and miss than aim low and hit. We as a class aimed high, went for the risk even if it meant we could miss, and look where we are today. It worked. As we move into the next chapters of our lives, I encourage you to do what many do not. That is, John Wooden has said to make your servant's towel bigger than your ego and evaluate how you are living. Lead by example, be prepared to model what you expect from others, and realize good isn't good enough when it can be best. The teachers and administration of Sunrise Mountain have given each of us a platform to succeed. Don't take that for granted. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself right here, right now, in this single, solitary, monumental moment is to commit to the journey and not the outcome. By Joyce D. Donato. Beyond this day, we will all go and succeed in our own areas. Some in business, nursing, space engineering, law enforcement, and many more. But always remember who you represent and how your actions and words impact those around you. I implore you to go and accomplish great things, class of 2018. Trust the people around you and the platform you've been given. Please stand for the presentation of colors by the Cactus High School Air Force Junior ROTC, and for the national anthem performed by Mrs. Tanya Bamey and the Sunrise Mountain Senior Choir members. Following the national anthem, please remain standing for the departure of color guard, as well as a moment of silence.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that
Thank you, and please be seated. I now have the honor to introduce our special guests. These individuals dedicate their time and effort into improving our district's elementary and high schools. Because of their contributions, the Peoria Unified School District continues to thrive as one of the finest districts in the state. We cannot thank these individuals enough for all they do. Would you please stand as your name is called? Peoria Unified District Governing Board President, Mrs. Monica Ceja Martinez. Peoria Unified District Governing Board Member, Mrs. Kathy Connect. Peoria Unified District Governing Board Member, Mr. David Sandoval. Peoria Unified District Superintendent, Mrs. Linda Pallas Thompson. Peoria Unified District Director of Human Resources, Dr. Carter Davidson. We would also like to thank our administrators. Our principal, Mr. David Savornik. And his dedicated team of assistant principals, Mrs. Christine Gutierrez. Mr. Clay Carpenter. And Mr. Mark Ernster. I would also like to recognize the Sunrise Mountain counselors and teachers who have challenged us and inspired us. Would SMHS counselors and teachers please stand to be recognized? Thank you for your inspiration, effort, and patience for all of us. Our bright futures have been modeled by your hands, and we appreciate all that you do. Thank you. Today, we will hear from 7 student speakers chosen for their academic achievements, including our senior class officers who will introduce the class motto and present the class gift. And finally, our principal, Mr. David Savornik, will recognize those students who have distinguished themselves academically. I would now like to welcome our first student speaker to the stage, Seth Maza.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, class of 2018. My name is Seth Maza, and I am honored to speak before you on behalf of our graduating class. Today is the day, our day. It's the day where you might see relatives that reminisce about when you were this big and you stand there trying to figure out who they are. More importantly, it's the day we celebrate a major milestone in our lives and prepare for the next step in our future. A wise man once said, "Find something you love to do and you'll never have to work a day in your life." To discover what you love is to discover your passion. I was fortunate enough to realize mine in 8th grade when I uncovered my passion for engineering, and I have since dedicated every opportunity toward that career path. But that is my passion. Yours is likely different in many ways. Regardless of what it may be, whether you plan to attend college for a decade or not at all, I urge you to do something that you love. If you want to be a doctor, or a teacher, or a tattoo artist, go out and do it. In fact, I hope you aspire to become the best in your field, no matter what it is. And while those careers might seem worlds apart, the end result does not change when you take pride in the work you do. That being said, with the pursuit of passion will bring about obstacles that try to hold you back. When those roadblocks arise, just remember that they are just that, roadblocks. Don't let them stop you. Instead, find another way around, It may take a while, but you'll get where you're headed, and you might discover something extraordinary along the way. Throughout my time at Sunrise Mountain, I have certainly encountered roadblocks on my path. I have failed tests and quizzes. I have turned in assignments late or not at all. I have let people down when they needed me most. But no matter how difficult the path became, no matter how much I wanted to give up, I kept going. I pushed myself to and beyond my limits because I kept the end goal in mind. Now, that doesn't mean you should overdo it like I have. It just means you should strive to be the best that you can be. Even Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Lastly, never forget that when you encounter roadblocks, you are not alone. Lean on your friends and family for support, and most importantly, look within yourself to channel your inner courage and fire. It's there. The courage, the passion, and the drive to achieve your dreams lie within you. You just need a spark to ignite it. Don't be afraid to take the next step toward your adventure and see where life takes you. Make mistakes, find a way, discover your passion, and follow it. Now I'd like to introduce Serena Rex and Jolie DeSteffens to talk about the senior class motto.
Good afternoon, teachers, graduates, friends, and family. It is an honor to be speaking on behalf of the class of 2018. I know we're all sitting here wondering where the time has gone. It seems like yesterday when we first crossed the campus threshold as freshmen.
These past 4 years have been filled to the brim with copious amounts of unforgettable memories, endless laughs, and a pride for Sunrise Mountain that runs deeper than we could have ever imagined. Much can be said about our time at Sunrise, but we believe the following motto encompasses the feelings we've all experienced throughout high school.
Behind us are memories, beside us are friends, before us are dreams that will never end. When we hear the words high school, it's probable that each one of us is reminded of different memories. But whether we're reminded of football games or school musicals, we can all agree that we leave this stadium today with years' worth of special moments tucked in our back pockets.
What makes these memories priceless is the fact that they will soon be scattered across the country as we embark on our separate journeys. Each one of us will take these shared memories with us, and they will become a tool for shaping our own distinct futures.
Walking through these past 4 years together and sharing the same experiences creates a bond like no other, for no one else has the ability to understand what we've been through except for the classmates who are standing beside us. Who else can you say loved you from your awkward freshman stage up until this very moment?
It is true that we've all experienced tremendous growth since we first stepped foot on campus. I know personally I've grown 4 inches, but I don't think Serena can relate. Although the physical growth is indisputable, it is the intellectual maturation that has been truly sensational. From our host of students passing their boards and gaining their CNAs, to the many of us who endlessly applied for scholarships to ensure the ability to attend our dream school, our class has shown tremendous persistence to better ourselves and brighten our futures.
The countless late nights and stressful study sessions weren't spent in vain. Now is the time when we can apply the knowledge we've attained and utilize it in the process of shaping the life we aspire to live.
No matter what our dreams are, we can be thankful that we had the Sunrise community to guide us to the point in our lives where we are ready to achieve greatness in the next few years and beyond. Although with recent events, there was a brief second where we weren't even sure if we were going to be able to graduate on time.
Regardless of what our high school experience was like, we can all look back and smile at the moments where we began to evolve into the person that we are today. Even if that meant we had to engage in a little bit of stupid. Sorry, Mr. Savornik.
Granted, condensing 4 years into a couple of sentences is quite the task, but we believe our class motto does the time justice. Behind us are memories, beside us are friends, before us are dreams that will never end. As the sunrise fades into a sunset, we want to say one last time,
We love you, Sunrise Mountain.
congratulations, class of 2018. We did it.
And our next student address speaker is Claire Kemp.
Good afternoon, class of 2018, parents, guests, and teachers. Before me today, I am for the first time meeting the entire senior class. I may not have had any classes at all with some of you during our high school experience, but I do know one thing about every one of us. We will each have a certain calling. Some of us will be called to be leaders in our country. Some of us will be called to be scientists or doctors. Some of us will be called to be artists or teachers. Some of us to be janitors or bus drivers. And some of us, throughout our lifetime, will be called to do a variety of these professions. There's not one thing wrong with any of these vocations. What does matter is that you are successful in whatever you choose to do. According to the dictionary, success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. This is true, but it leaves out an important part of success. I believe that success is achieved when you are happy in your life and you have given 110% effort into your work. Once those two things are achieved, you have reached victory in life. I also understand that many of us believe that success equates to earning lots of money. However, money will not give you happiness or true wealth. It is essential in today's world, but we do not need an excess. If you are ever worried about money in your life, remember this. As long as you work hard at your job, in your relationships, and in your family, you will always have enough money. Lastly, I want to give you 2 pieces of advice. First, never give up. Fail, fail, and fail again, and try, and try again. In every aspect of life, just keep persevering to do your best and learn from experience and your elders. As long as you are moving, you will get somewhere, and from there, you can decide where to go next. Second, watch your step. There are many temptations in today's world, and if you are not careful, you never know what you could be getting yourself into. Don't stray from your calling, or else you may never come back to the right path. As Bilbo Baggins said, you step into the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there is no telling where you might be swept off to. Now I would like to introduce Alejandro Urbina Bernal for our next student address.
Don't give up. Keep moving forward. These are words we have been told almost every day of our lives, by our parents and even our friends, all with good intentions to try and get us to keep fighting against all adversity. While that's well and good, sometimes adversity is beneficial. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alejandro Urbina, and I am highly honored to stand on this stage and speak to you today. In fact, this has been a dream of my mother's since I was a freshman. She promised me that if I made valedictorian, she would buy me the Lego Death Star set. And yet, Mom, I'm sorry, but I didn't quite make it. So, could I possibly open a discussion into buying an X-Wing? This is exactly what I want to talk about, being just shy of the end zone, or more accurately, the word all of us are absolutely terrified of experiencing, failure. Every time our parents told us to just keep trying, every time we spent hours groaning at our desk, studying for that math test that we ultimately felt horrible about, and everyone said to just keep going, their encouragement was meant to help, but they missed a very important thing. Failure is not only okay, it's an integral part of life and success. It happens all the time, and as a kid who had been strongly encouraged by his parents to get straight A's and to have a high level of concern whenever I was teetering on a B, is something incredibly difficult to admit. Looking back, I've had several run-ins with failure. I've procrastinated on assignments, working well beyond midnight. I've failed to study appropriately for tests. And more recently, senioritis hit quite hard. Everyone said that senior year would be a total breeze, but I'm pretty sure they forgot about second semester, because it has been anything but easy. If my mom's warnings about laziness were as real as she made them out to be, my recent behaviors could have led to failure. And yet I am standing here today with the honor of speaking to you, the class of 2018. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should be fine with failing permanently. Rather, I'm saying you should never stop chasing your dreams. Even if you fail along the way, do not let it bring you down. I'm only 18, so I don't know all about life, but I know this much. Life is a series of failures, each one with the possibility of bringing you closer and closer to your goals. And if you don't seize the opportunities before you, if you're not willing to fail, life will just pass you by. Failure is the opportunity to learn and grow. Because of my failures, I am proud of who I am today. I took advantage of every opportunity provided to me in high school and accomplished many of my goals. But failure does not end after high school. We can look forward to many more years of failure ahead of us. College and taxes await, and knowing that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell won't help much there. I ask you to push forward, keep dreaming, and keep fighting. But first, I beg you, be comfortable with yourself. And if you falter, if you fall, if you fail, know that it's just another step in the long climb to success. Thank you, class of 2018. Now I would like to introduce our next speaker, Thomas Robertson.
I had always been a good student. Not a perfect one, but learning came easy for me. I never appreciated it and took it for granted. Then one day it was all gone. I lost it all. I suffered a devastating injury because I believed I was invincible. I was laying in the hospital bed, half dead, not quite alive. The prognosis my parents were given was that if I lived, I would be a vegetable. The doctors refused to speculate on the positive side. That's when my parents decided to have faith, stay in the moment, and make the best of each one through love. It wasn't easy. I had to relearn to speak, walk, read, write, and talk. It was so grueling that I had no energy left to maintain my friendships. I was constantly exhausted. I have been in and out of hospitals and rehabilitation centers throughout the country. Phoenix Children's, Colorado, Omaha, now for the past 22 months at Barrow. It took a village for me to graduate, but I am here. There was only one thing I felt that was common. I felt loved. I have been surrounded by people who loved me and provided me with the help and expertise I needed to improve and graduate successfully. I lost my ability to learn quickly. My brain doesn't store new information well. Sunrise Mountain assembled a team for me to write an education plan so that I could graduate, and I had help from the community, therapists, teachers, and my family. I'd like to use this opportunity to thank them. Thank you. Appreciate what you have. Be grateful for your gifts and talents. There will always be challenges. You will experience loss. but have faith and lean on those who love you. Through love, you can rebound. Next, our senior class secretary, Nicole Hammond, and our senior class treasurer, Katie Maple, will now present our senior gift. And accepting the gift is our principal, David Savornik.
People are standing up still. Everyone's standing up.
Welcome family, friends, faculty, and soon-to-be graduates. I'm Katie Maple, your senior class treasurer.
I'm Nicole Hammonds, your senior class secretary, and we are here to present this year's senior gift. Whether we like it or not, we're all leaving a big part of ourselves at Sunrise.
We are leaving behind all the good and the bad,
All the laughs and the tears,
the ace test scores, and the ones we should have studied a little harder for,
the triumphant victories and the crushing losses,
the friendships we thought would last forever, and the ones that actually did.
but most importantly, we are leaving behind a legacy, our own legacy that no class before us or after us will ever do.
Moving on to more of the physical things our class left behind, our senior gifts. Not trying to brag, but our class not only contributed 1, but 3 senior gifts. You could basically say we're Mr. Savornik's favorite class. The first thing we contributed to our school was a portable sound system. This has helped to improve the quality of sound at our games, assemblies, and events, making these events much more enjoyable and easier to engage in.
The second part of our senior gift consisted of painting what the students like to call the whisper wall. Before, this wall was a plain gray, but now it's a vibrant purple, and thanks to our art club, our school name is now painted across it. This wall helped to improve the overall look and spirit of our school.
Lastly, for the major part of our senior gifts, we purchased a large digital marquee that will be placed outside of our cafeteria next to the Mustang mural.
Our class has been a very involved one the last 4 years. More than half of our class was engaged in the high school experience, whether it be in a sport or club. This new marquee will display important information and dates going on throughout the year. This will allow students to get more involved and participate in school events.
Although we left behind these 3 great gifts that our school will always remember us by, we are also leaving behind countless memories that will never be forgotten. These memories will continue to be carried with us as we start our new beginnings. So, class of 2018, make these new beginnings count. If anybody can do it, it's you.
The class of 2018 would like to present this gift to our principal, Mr. David Savornik, and to all students and faculty at Sunrise Mountain.
Thank you, Nicole and Katie. You guys are awesome. On behalf of Sunrise Mountain High School, I proudly accept the senior gift. Your generosity is very much appreciated, and the class of 2018 will most certainly always be remembered. Thank you. At this time, I would kindly ask you to join me in a moment of silence to honor Abigail Melisko. We lost Abby on our journey here to this day. Her seat on the graduation floor is draped with a graduation cap and gown and a yellow flower. As well, we are honored to have the Melisko family here today joining us. Thank you. Now, graduates, parents, family members, friends, staff, and honored guests, at this time, I would like to introduce and recognize our graduates who have achieved academic excellence. We will begin with members of the National Honor Society. Each student has been noted in the program. National Honor Society members, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Next, I would like to recognize those students graduating with honors, which means they are in the top 10% of this impressive class of 2018. As I read your name, please stand and remain standing. Christine Andres. Taylor Antibus. Sierra Baroli. Isabella Bogard. Jason Kemp. Caitlin Cribbs. Mira Govan. Thomas Greer. Jennifer James. Garrett Keller. Benjamin King. Michaela Kramer. Mackenzie Ludwigson. Aaliyah Luna. Quentin Masters. Calvin Mohan. Kyle Nielsen. Crystal Ortiz. Darian Palacios. Serena Rex. Julia Richmond. And finally, Madeline Wallace. Thank you. You may be seated. Next, we will recognize those graduating with high honors, which means they are in the top 5% of the class of 2018. Again, as I read your name, please stand and remain standing to be recognized. Weston Daw. Alexander DeFrancis. Grace Edall. Andrew Frazee. Brooke Freeman. Raiden Freitas. Joseph Goyer. Ryan Gray. Brandon Hong. Brittany Lavar. Jacob Lyons. Mackenzie Parker. Jason Ruka. Zoe Tanton. Vincent Trong. Jonah Unthank. Catherine Valentine. Kyle Weir. And Carson Wyatt. Thank you. Well done. You may be seated. And now for the 6 students graduating with the highest honors, graduating in the top 1% of the class of 2018. Again, as I read your name, please stand to be recognized. Isabel Anchondo. Claire Kemp. Adriana Lopez. Seth Maza. Alejandro Ubina Bernal. And finally, Caterino Valla. Thank you. You may be seated. We would also like to recognize those students who have completed our University High program. The University High students take 28 high school credits of the most rigorous courses. They take a minimum of 6 AP courses and earn 30 college credits, and they must complete community service hours. As I read your name, please stand and remain standing to be recognized. Christine Andres. Brianna Carrillo. Raiden Freitas. Andrew Frazee. Joseph Goyer. Claire Kemp. Brittany LeVar. Jason Ruca. And Alejandro Ubina Bernal. Thank you. You may be seated. Sunrise Mountain High School would also like to recognize those students who have completed a CT program of study. Will all of our CTE program completers please stand to be recognized? Well done. Thank you. You may be seated. As well, Sunrise Mountain would also like to recognize those students who have completed a WestMech program of study. Will our WestMech program completers please stand to be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Next, we would like to honor the senior members of Sunrise Mountain's impressive student government and student council led by Mrs. Patty Arkin. Would those members now please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Well done. You may be seated. As well, Sunrise Mountain High School is honored to have two students from the class of 2019 who will be graduating early and who join us here today. Please stand to be recognized. Shay Anderson and Sierra Washington. Thank you. You may be seated. SMHS would also like to recognize our two foreign exchange students. Would Sarah and Tut please stand to be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Sarah, Tut, you will be missed as you return home, but we appreciate all of your contributions to making it a great year on the Sunrise Mountain High School campus. Also, we would like to honor and recognize all our seniors who have taken dual enrollment courses on our campus. Would you now please stand to be recognized? Wow, that is amazing. Thank you. You may be seated. And before I have the honor of presenting our graduates, I would like all of you to know that this year's class of 2018 has earned over $9 million in scholarships to further their educational pursuits. That is absolutely impressive and amazing. Thank you. Well done. At this time, it's my honor to introduce to you our governing board member, Mr. David Sandoval.
Thank you. Welcome, parents, teachers, staff, Interim Superintendent Pallas Thompson, Principal Savornik, admin, community members, and graduates. It is an honor to be up here today speaking on behalf of the governing board. This academic year, we've experienced moments of compassion, commitment, dedication, and collaboration across all stakeholders in our district. These are defining characteristics of a family. My wife and I are grateful for the familial environment and values that PUSD embodies. Our daughter graduated from Sunrise Mountain, and now today I'll have the honor of presenting our son Ryan with his diploma. We have accomplishing moments because we have educators and staff who are dedicated to student success. As stated by Zig Ziglar, you were designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with seeds of greatness. Today we celebrate the accomplishments and resilience of the class of 2018, who strive every day for excellence with compassion and a strong ethical compass in all that they do. Your future is bright and full of promise and opportunities. What each of you continue to do every day to reach your goals and prepare for your future through hard work and perseverance is unparalleled. As you continue into the next chapter of your life, show compassion and the willingness to help others. Accompany your success with the uplifting and mentoring of individuals who will follow, just as your years at PUSD have presented you with caring adults whose impact on your life is endless. Follow your passion and always stay true to who you are. Never forget where you came from and keep a sharp eye on where you are going. Be very proud of what you have accomplished thus far, as I know your parents, family, teachers, and staff, and friends are. You are destined for greatness, and your future belongs to you. Trust that the work you have put in has provided you with a foundation that is preparing you for a life of abundance and prosperity. There is nothing you cannot accomplish if you marry vision and passion with an enduring work ethic. Congratulations to each and every one of you, the graduating class of 2018. Well done.
Thank you, sir. And now I will present, and I have the honor of doing this, the class of 2018 to Governing Board Member, Mr. David Sandoval. Class of 2018, please stand to be recognized. Mr. Sandoval and our superintendent, Ms. Linda Pallas-Thompson, and honored guests, it is indeed with pride and pleasure, as principal of Sunrise Mountain High School, I certify that each of these students standing before you has met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the state of Arizona and the Peoria Unified School District. I present this class to Mr. Sandoval, member of the Peoria Unified School District Governing Board. Mr. Sandoval, I respectfully request that you accept these graduates and that you confer diplomas on them.
On behalf of the Governing Board of the Peoria Unified School District, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Arizona, I accept this recommendation that the Sunrise Mountain High School class of 2018 has met the requirements for graduation. Mr. Savornik, please present the graduates to receive their diplomas.
My pleasure. Thank you. Class of 2018, you may be seated. Mrs. Monica Ceja Martinez and Mrs. Kathy Connect will now begin presenting the diplomas to our students. Mr. Warren Faulkner and Mr. Nick Reiser, two of our esteemed faculty members. Amen. Absolutely. We'll announce the names of our graduates. Would the first two rows please stand?
Jacob Robert Brunet.
Sierra Dawn Narowski.
Seth Michael Maza.
Bryn Catherine Coop.
Serena Danlin Rex.
Timothy Ryan Kossower.
Jolie Michelle DeStefans.
Nicholas Michael Cron.
Claire Bernadette Kemp.
Michaela Shane Kramer.
Alejandro Urbina Bernal.
Ronald Joseph Kraus.
Thomas Christopher Robertson.
Ethan Robert Kritkowski.
Nicole Kayla Hammond.
Michael Austin Kemmerly.
Caitlin Sierra Ray Maple.
Christopher Jose Landon.
Salvatore Joe Abbott.
Isabel Marie Langford.
Kelsey Lauren Abraham.
Audrey Jade Lassiter.
Bryson Reed Acosta.
Abigail Ruth Lawler.
Sora Acosta.
Alexandra Francis Marie Lazara.
Chloe Isabella Acuna.
Henry David Leach.
Haley Sarah Adil.
Jeremy Christopher Leslie.
Caden David Albertson.
Sergio Alonso Leyva Jr.
Jesus Alalejose III.
Isabella K. LaCarey.
Christopher James Algerio.
Michelle Danielle Lynn.
Carter Jeffrey Allen.
Juliana Valette Lind.
Samantha Rachel Allen.
Brittany Alyssa Lavar.
Lauren Ellen Alvarez.
Sienna Monet Maris.
Joshua Lucas Amato.
Adriana Carolina Lopez.
Mary Antonia Amavisca.
Angelina Elise Lopez.
Kyle Evan Ambrose.
Blake James Lorenz.
Isabel Teresa Anchando.
Isabella Rose Ludovico.
Nicholas Lyle Anderson.
Mackenzie Renee Ludwigson.
Jack Nolan Anderson.
Lige Storm Eberhart Luna.
Joseph Gabriel Anderson.
Kennedy Rose Lundberg.
Shay Renstrom Anderson.
Madison Margaret Jean Lundgren.
Thomas Mitchell Anderson.
Jalen Thomas Luton.
Christine J. Andrus.
Jacob James Lyons.
Taylor Rose Anibus.
Vincent Michael Menino.
Brock Benjamin Archambault.
Dawson Lamar Marble.
Diyar Azad Arif.
Shane Bradley Marshall.
John Thomas Arnold.
Malia Evelyn Martin.
Nathan Lowell Austin.
Quentin L. Masters.
Troy Andrew Balkel.
Calvin Richard Mon.
Marky Nicole Ballard.
Alyssa Ashlyn May.
Sarah Baltieri.
Emily Marie McCollum.
Derek Jeffrey Bangle.
Kylie Marie McCabe.
Piper Mackenzie Barnes.
Kylie May McGuire.
Sierra Danielle Baroli.
Kess Louise McKinley.
Lauren Avery Barrett.
Nathaniel James McKinley.
Tristan Dennis Barrientos.
Haley Diana McMillan.
Devin Hines Bartow.
Aaron Mead.
Zachary Richard Bauer.
Frank Delfino Melarani.
Bree Noel Beal.
Christopher James Meyer.
Kaylin Rose Bendelli.
Gustavo Milian Jr.
Samuel Brian Bennick.
Kinsey Brianne Miller.
Raven Daisy Benson.
Christy Charlene Miller.
Caitlin Lee Bernard.
Nicholas Frederick Miller.
Taylor Jane Bertheson.
Zachary Lawrence Mobley.
Dalen Kyle Billmeyer.
Austin Christopher Mooney.
Kevin Patrick Bird.
Colton Michael Moore.
Madeline Marie Burt.
Jamie K. Moore.
Emma Pauline Blair.
Tanner Wesley Monroe.
Channing K. Blunt.
Tyler Michael Most.
Kylie Shea Bodkin.
Jared Daniel Mueller.
Isabella Dominique Bogart.
Cassidy Rain Muller.
Lauren Ashley Borak.
Parker John Muller.
Alan Joseph Bourne Gonzalez.
Alec Robert Myers.
Paige Eliza Boson.
Ruth Stephanie Nekifor.
Sean Michael Boss.
Skylar Elise Newman.
Marshall Lee Boda.
Ryan Nguyen.
Bryson Anthony Bounds.
Kyle Prescott Nielsen.
Madison Ray Jean Burquin.
Cassandra Louise Noble.
Aaron Jacob Bozenkit.
Cheyenne Renee Ray Norton.
Hannah Nicole Marie Bowen.
Amanda Nicole Ockman.
Darius Gregory Bowler.
Samantha Renee Oliva.
Tatum Renee Brayley.
Dakota Logan Olson.
Taylor Ann Braun.
Ryan Matthew Olson.
Ava Kathleen Brenner.
Crystal Bernadette Ortiz.
Jamie Rael Brightsman.
Gunnar Ernest Overby.
Mark Joseph Britton.
Amanda Marie Paddock.
Joseph Ryan Brooks.
Darian Alexandra Palacios.
Sierra Claudia Brooksby.
Mackenzie Ray Parker.
Austin William Brown.
Kaylin Taylor Patton.
Dakota Hunter Brown.
Rand Paul.
Elizabeth Ann Brown.
Elise Ann Pear.
Weston Brooks Buchanan.
Taylor Scott Pearson.
Jade Amber Bundrick.
Bryce Timothy Peltier.
Michaela Ruth Burgess.
Caden Xavier Perez.
Douglas Brett Burkeiser.
Madison Elizabeth Petrini.
Colton J. Byer.
Madison Grace Piper.
Andrew Thomas Byler.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Pipkin.
Karina Nicole Camano.
Logan Joseph Plett.
Megan Keeley Callahan.
Shanna Nicole Palvino.
Abigail Jane Call.
Noah Gabriel Portella.
Jason Patrick Camp.
Kimberly Ann Powell.
Dylan Anthony Cariosia.
Jacob Michael Radin.
Andre Lear Carpenter.
Robert Christopher Ramirez.
Rihanna Danielle Carrillo.
Trevor John Pruitt.
Sierra Diane Carter.
Tyler John Pruitt.
Helene Marie Castanero.
Isabel Chelsea Pym.
Anthony Michael Cataldo.
Nisa Rayanne Rangel.
Braden Nicole Cecina.
Matthew Spencer Ray.
Gavin Nicholas Chaddock.
Kirsten Ray Ryko.
Connor Allen Chase.
Isaac Ben Reitz.
Victoria Lynn Siri.
Jade Nicole Reynolds.
Victoria Louise Clark.
Dylan Lee Rhodes.
Taylor May Klaus.
Courtney Danielle Richardson.
Tarani Leah Collins.
Jeremiah Emmanuel Richardson.
Quinn Carly Ann Collins.
Madison Nicole Ritchie.
Hannah Michelle Conway.
Julia Marie Richmond.
Cassidy Marie Copley.
Elijah Carter Riddick.
Nazareth Lorenz Corinthian.
Ashton Lexi Riley.
Jeremy Charles Corridori.
Natalie Ann Rincon.
Michael Anthony Casenza.
Celeste Rose Rios.
Jacob John Cravens.
Sierra Hope Roberts.
Brooke Audrey Crawford.
Nicholas Anthony Roccaforte.
Caitlin Alexis Cribbs.
Daniel M. Rodriguez.
Erin Nicole Crosby.
Melissa Alexis Rohrer.
William J. Crossman.
Jillian Jordan Roll.
Cameron Michaela Cullinan.
Angel Reese.
Carson Tyler Cunningham.
Angel Christian Reese.
Eric Donovan Cunningham.
Jason David Ruka.
Alyssa Noel Cushing.
Brandon Charles Sayer.
Gabrielle Diane D'Amico.
Jacob Dellen Solari.
Shanice Janae Dantzler.
Maria Isabel Salazar.
Luke Matthew Daves.
Sadie Lynn Salazar.
Weston Greer Daw.
Mackenzie Malia Saltman.
Amy De La Cerda.
Ryan David Sandoval.
Antonio Louis DeBlanc.
Michaela Esperanza Santiago.
Alexander Nicholas DeFrancis.
Sean Matthew Santostefano.
Craig John Dennis.
Madeline May Schottner.
Trevor Hong Diep.
Jace Allen Schlichting.
Claire? Claire? Should be a guy. Is that Claire? I got. What's your name? I got
Claire.
a guy now.
Claire.
Claire?
Claire.
That's what we're missing. Claire Patricia Dolan.
Grace K. Schmidt.
Eric Sheen Dow.
Ryan Justin Schmidt.
Gavin Andrew Dupuy.
Hunter Gabriel Schultz.
Macy Nicole Duran.
Jenna Mackenzie Schwartz.
Chase Dalton Durant.
Robert Michael Selby.
Tatum Michelle Dyer.
Kiera Beth Sewell.
Sierra Sedalia Earlbuck.
Anthony Neil Shalley.
Samson Donald Emmert.
Cheyenne Nicole Shea.
Bailey Scott Emery.
Jordan Crystal Shelton.
Eva Marie Erickson.
Logan Edward Shanot.
Blake Anthony Evans.
Darian James Short.
Isaac Andrew Falmo.
Alyssa Catherine Slazeman.
Grace Marie Edal.
Tut Sikon Lyanabuth.
Haley Lynn Faulkner.
Ashlyn Catherine Smith.
Annabelle Medea Ferdinand.
Hannah Gabrielle Smith.
Alexa Reese Figueroa.
Junie Charles Smith II.
Richard Bryce Fimbris.
Aspen Yuki Smith Diaz.
Vance Charles Fisher.
Reem Mohammed Solomon.
Brenna Marie Flood.
Mason Frank Summers.
Johnny Angel Flores Ramirez.
Andrew John Songstead.
Joshua Keith Fanay.
Brendan Kip Sorensen.
Alyssa Shea Forbes.
McKenna Shea Spanko.
Cody Samuel James Fowler.
Julia Romaine Starr.
Casey Jane Franson.
Holly Mae Starton.
Andrew Reese Frazee.
Lauren Nicole Stites.
Brooke Ann Freeman.
Chloe Alice Stern.
El Amin Matisse Freeman.
Brandon Lee Stewart.
Hayden Kyle Frietas.
Chad Lee Stewart.
Benjamin Jeffrey Furlong.
Brianna J. Storbeck.
Janelle Lisette Galarza.
Daxton Joshua Stores.
Devin Elizabeth Galindo.
Talia Janae Stringer.
Christian Santiago Garcia.
Joshua Tyler Strong.
Isaac Flavio Garcia.
Ezra Sua Jr.
Jessica Nicole Garcia.
Nathan David Suman.
Joshua Kenneth Garcia.
Peyton Jet Sund.
Juan Andreas Garcia.
Kazea Marie Sudo.
Nicholas Daniel Garcia.
Blake Riley Svensson.
Nicholas Michael Garcia.
Mia Kate Savornik.
McKenna Shea Garvin.
Adriana Marie Siddell.
Chase Nathaniel Geoffrey.
Henriana Marie Talibus.
Lindsay Grace Geeth.
Taylor Paige Tan.
Rebecca Grace Gentis.
Zoe Simone Tanton.
Valerie Melissa Giangara.
Shania Dillinze Tate.
Evan James Gilpatrick.
Carter William Taylor.
Rihanna Ginger Glatt.
Isabella Caroline Tellefson.
Dacia Catrice Glenn.
Samuel Viking Tellefson.
Gracie Renee Golden.
Gabriela Nicole Tellez.
Kyle Jordan Gonzalez.
Sophia Elena Tang.
Mira Sanat Govin.
Alexander Gregory Teskey.
Joseph Michael Goyer.
Jason Gomez Teeters.
Catherine Elise Grainer.
Carter Christian Delap.
Ryan Michael Gray.
Lindsay Marie Thomas.
Thomas Anthony Greer.
Cheyenne Nicole Thompson.
Callista Grace Gregory.
Sydney Jessica Marie Tidd.
Annika Lynn Greider.
Jonathan James Tompkins.
David Massa Grozer.
Joshua Daniel Tompkins.
Lindsay Page Grisenia.
Hudson William Torreson.
Sydney Taylor Guest.
Nia Jalen Treadwell.
Alexander Jose Guzman.
Jose Eduardo Trujillo Arvayo.
Austin Tyler Haggerty.
Vincent Ho Trong.
Jacob Thomas Haggerty.
Chelsea Ray Tulenko.
Layla Hamad.
Jonah Charles Unthank.
Alexander Reed Hancock.
Catherine Elizabeth Valentine.
Lucas Franklin Handwork.
Caterino Valle.
Hayden Louis Hannapole.
Melise Angelina Van Gerevink.
Callie Rose Eileen Harmon.
Brianna Jane Van Tile.
Reese Douglas Harris.
Julia Caitlin Vanover.
Allie Hart.
Jarrett Sunil Vaswani.
Jacob Hassan.
Kaylin Brooke Vigano.
Lauren Annabelle Hathaway.
Michaela Jane Villa.
Gabriel Haverstock.
Jade Christina Valadares.
Hunter Vern Headland.
Isaiah James Wade.
Kai Jacob Hedrick.
Jake Donovan Wagner.
Veronica Nicole Henning.
Dylan Carlton Walker.
Alston Julian Hernandez.
Madeline May Wallace.
Haley Nicole Hernandez.
Charles Odell Waller III.
Heidi Nicole Hernan.
Sierra Dominique Washington.
Patrick William Carr Herpick.
Nathaniel Bruce Waters.
Michaela Ann Hesseltine.
Broderick Michael Webb.
Brody Rance Hicks.
Zane Timothy Webb.
Kimberly Nicole Hicks.
Brian Arthur Webster.
Shara Lauren Higdon.
Kyle Robert Weir.
Tyler Lorenzo Horn.
Russell Paul West.
Hunter Dale Hill.
Alexandria Catherine Wheeler.
Tatum Alexis Hill.
Alec Wesley Whiteneck.
Amber Ray Hodge.
Earl Jacob Linnell Wiggum.
Sarah Kim Yuan Holder.
Marquise Malik Wilder.
Thane Adam Holtorf.
Hunter Lee Williams.
Ja'Cory Purcell Holtzman.
Austin James Wilson.
Brandon T. Hong.
William Ryan Winter.
Isabella Ann Horton.
Corbin Joshua Lee Watina.
Mackenzie Shea Hostetler.
Justin Connor Worthington.
Nicholas Richard House.
Carson Ray Wyatt.
Ethan Robert Hughes.
Kevin Ryan Wyatt.
Catherine Victoria Hurley.
Jonathan Jayoon Yim.
Jonathan Robert Igo.
Jeremy Devin Yodis.
Nadira Rena Jairam.
Zaina Renee Zamora.
Jennifer Lee James.
Craig Glenn Ziegler.
Hunter Ray Richard Jahorick.
Dominic Alberto Zavalos Mir.
Malachi Edward Jobin.
Lacey Ann Zubek.
Andrew Perrywu Johnson.
Caitlin Ann Eve Zurcher.
Dylan Lucas Johnson. Trinity Marie Johnson. Bryce Michael Jones. Cole Austin Jones. Julia Faith Jones. Taylor Renee Amia Jones. Oscar Andrew Kaler. Tyler James Caton. Blake Elicio Cousin. Garrett Christopher Keller. Annalicia Marie Kelsey. Benjamin Ryan King.
Class of 2018, you are indeed a beautiful sight. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Absolutely awesome. I would ask you now to please stand, class of 2018. It has been an absolute pleasure. I thank you. I thank the good Lord for each and every one of you. You have blessed my life for 4 years. Thank you, and thank you. Students, you may now move your tassels to the left. It is with the greatest of pleasure that I pronounce you graduates of Sunrise Mountain High School's class of 2018. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you. Enjoy. Parents, thank you very much. Awesome job, guys. Thank you.